Welcome to another episode of Homework Workouts. Let's get ready for the actual warm-up of the day that has 3 different movements. We're going to start off with our classic but best movement ever, D squat with just our own body. I have Madelon and Ben here demoing everything for you guys. So setting up at a shoulder width stance, toes slightly pointed out, and I want you guys to go to whatever feels comfortable for you as a squatting stance. The squatting stance isn't universal, right? It's whatever fits your body type. Now, when they're squatting, I want you to focus on a couple of things here. I need you to connect heel, big toe, little toe in the floor. That's number 1. Number 2, I want you to knees tracking your toes. Number 3, you want to sit your butt on your heels. And number 4, you want to stay as upright as possible while doing all of the things I just said. Nice. Now, if you have a knee injury, so you can do all of the squatting that we do, and also not at less depth, in that case, I want you to go for a good morning today to warm up the hammies that we're going to need later. Slight knee bend, sit the hips back, drive the hips forward by squeezing your butt. So I always like to think on the way back, find my hamstrings, look around, find them. On the way up, squeeze my butt as hard as I can while maintaining that torso alignment and squeezing the belly as hard as well, all the way through. That's nice. Now, our second movement is what? It's in an A-frame. So in a downward dog start. From that start, we're gonna have our right arm to start, and we're gonna touch the left foot with the right arm. Let's go, guys. Across, back, and then we move to the other side. So we kind of stay in that A-frame. We don't really move back into plank for this one. And we just go alternating and touching the toes here, which is a great way of warming up the hamstrings. Also get the lower back nice and flexible because of the twisting motion and because it is fully stretched in a top position with the butt pointing to the ceiling. Very nice A-frames from both of the two here. Now, our third movement will be a Cobra Stretch. Hey, I got it! I was looking around in the gym and suddenly I found it in the corner. It is the Cobra Stretch. Yeah, look for it, Kev. And what they'll do is this. They're gonna have their legs placed back. They're gonna literally press themselves off the floor, arching the lower back. And if you squeeze your butt in this position, you're actively trying to extend the hip joint even more by pressing it into the floor, which gives you a great stretch. We'll do this for a good 20 seconds, where you can play around with how firm you squeeze your buttocks to get a good stretch there. So we're going to take these 3 movements and put it in a 5-minute AMRAP for quality. Just a short one because of all the work to do after. Madelon and Ben are going to start this one with you guys, so I need you to join right now. I'm going to set my timer. We're going to start off with 10 squats. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Again, don't go for reps, don't go for score, go for pure quality. Save your intensity for later today. 3, 2, 1. So sitting upright, perfect squats. I'm going to repeat myself here. Point number 1. Big toe, little toe, heel in the floor. Point number 2, knees tracking the toes. Point number 3, sit your butt on your heels. Point number 4, stay upright. If you get those things checked, you can get your squats going. I love those. Set your feet at a stance that feels most comfortable for you to do. If you don't have any clue, go for approximately shoulder width stance. After that, you start in an A-frame. And you start just reaching opposite limbs here. So arm left goes to leg right, and then left to right, right to leg. And you just keep going on that one. I like how they're really forcing their hips towards the ceiling here to get the most out of the stretch with the hamstrings loaded up perfectly. And upon completion, that's the good thing with this warm-up, you can go straight down to the floor and change this into a Cobra Stretch where you really try to squeeze your butt to get your hips as low to the floor as possible while pushing your chest up at the same time while pressing through the arms to get a good lower back stretch here. Great to do. They do this for a good 20 seconds. And then they've completed approximately a round in a little over a minute. I want you to aim for 4 proper rounds in this warm-up. You guys keep going and press pause. Part number 2 and 3 of today's session look alike. They both have a 10-minute time frame consisting of 5 rounds, each round 2 minutes. In that 2-minute time frame, you're going to combine a movement that is fixed, so fixed amount of work, let's say 10 reps or 30 seconds of something, and then you do with the remainder of the time as much work as possible of another movement. Let's have a look at the combination in the first combo. So we're going to sit in a wall sit. So let's set up the wall sit first, and yes, you need bottles. In the wall sit, we're going to have our hips in line with the knees, so bit lower for you as long as you can, and bend a bit lower as well. We try to get our knees to be positioned right on top of the ankle, our hips into the wall, our shoulders into the wall, and we try to find that perfect squat there. And then our arms are going to be straight down, and from there we're going to raise up the bottles towards the side, shoulder height, and bring them back down. You don't have to actually touch the wall, stay slightly in front. You want to keep the shoulders down, and you're going to make reps here. Boom. This is going to be the tempo you're going to hit in the actual workout. You guys keep going for 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Let's take a break for a quick second because I need Ben to show the scaling as well for injuries. So I'm going to give him some time to shake off the legs. Now Ben is going to set us up again. If the shoulder hurts with the raises, I want you to go for curls. So you're going to turn the palms forward and you're going to make curls with the bottles. Boom. Just go through the reps here. Get a bicep pump, but your quads will also start screaming a tiny bit here. Very nice. Good. Now, the second movement that we have, which you do for as much reps as possible, is going for rear delt raises. So they're going to go back to their original spots here. They're going to make a hinge. They're going to lean forward, sit back, have the palms facing each other. Now they're going to make a very big circle towards shoulder height. Let's go, guys. Raise up and come back down in. And it's important for me on the way down, you don't just smack the bottles in. You don't just lower and speed down, you're controlling down and you're pulling yourself up with the bottles there. That's exactly what we're looking for. And this movement for quality, you will AMRAP for the remainder of the time. Now let's take a break here, guys. So we're gonna actually do this thing right now with you, so come off the couch and join us here. I just wanna have a quick piece of advice. If you have to break up the wall sit, so you can't continue with all 30 reps of the side laterals in wall sit in a row. In that case, you cannot do side laterals. You have to wait until you feel recovered enough to go sit against the wall again and complete the amount of reps you have left on the side lateral before moving on to the second movement. So what I need you to do is dig deep on that wall sit. And don't cheat on me with the side laterals, guys, because I am watching you. Okay, let's do this. 2 minutes, my hold and Ben are ready. They don't want to do it, they are going to do it. At my go, you're in the wall sit, all right? So 10 seconds. I'm going to count you down from 3, and at 3, I want you to already go into that position. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 reps of the side lateral. And at the pace they're going, we're doing approximately a rep per second. So it'll be about a 30-second wall sit. Here we go. And the thing is here, the faster they go with the arms, the harder it is in the shoulder, but it's also going to be hard in the leg, so it's a bit in between. What do you want to hurt most here? I love this here. Good job, guys. 20 seconds in. So the more time you have left, the more rear delt raises you're going to have to do. Ben does a quick shake off. That is all good. He's got a couple of reps left. He goes back into the wall sit to complete the reps here. Madelon stands up. She has done this in about 35 seconds. Goes into her spot to start with the rear delt raises. Ben is finishing up instead of 30. Great job, guys. Come on. Keep it up. Good job. All right, here we go. Rear delt raises, shaking off the legs. And they have more than a minute left. So what they probably need to do is start breaking up the sets here. So what is very nice thing you can do is you go for like 10 quick reps, take a quick break. 10 quick reps, take a quick break. Then maybe you move to sets of 5, but at home, I don't want you to do less than 5 reps in a row, okay? And when it feels very bad, think about the fact that it's only a water bottle. That always helps. Another thing you want to think about is that when you're done with this, so we're all going to continue until that beep in 40 seconds. You know what then starts? You got to be at the wall again for the wall sit. That's what's happening. So we need to see that transition as well with them. All right, 30 more seconds and then we move back to the wall and we start on the wall sit for what? For 30 more reps of the side lateral. So as fast as they're moving in this first round, that's how slow they will be in the second and third round. And I need to see that transition. So let's have a look what happens in 15 seconds from now. Guys, we're going to go to the wall in 12 seconds. So choose wisely when to rest. Here you go. They're taking a smart break here because they're going to set themselves up for the wall again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now it'll go slower. It'll have more breaks, but that is all understandable. 4 more intervals. You guys keep going and press pause. We just did a very intense portion here of the workout. The next one will be maybe just as intense or maybe even harder. We're going to combine 2 different movements in exactly the same format. So we have 2-minute intervals for 5 rounds in total, which makes 10 minutes. What we're going to combine here is 30 repetitions of a shoulder tap And then we're gonna do squats with the remainder of the 2-minute time frame. But we do everything with a backpack strapped around the back, which you can load up. So everything with level scaling in this one will literally be a lighter bag or no bag at all if you don't feel to do that. But try to load up that bag and make it very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to have Madelon and Ben show you guys the movements here. The first thing they'll do is go to a regular plank and long arms. And they're going to start with the right arm going to the right shoulder, left arm to the left shoulder. While they're doing this, I'm going to talk a bit about setting this up. So what you can do to make it more interesting is getting your feet in a more narrow stance. And if you go wider, you make it a bit easier. You can always play around with that. The back is just making the plank harder. If the plank itself is too hard on the wrist, you can, like Ben, go to your elbows, and you're just going to stay there for 30 seconds. Or you lift up your thumbs. Good, for 30 reps. That's very nice. Now, let's have a look at the second movement, which is something we did in the warm-up as well, but now with the back attached to the back, which will be our regular squat, right? So we're in a squat stance. We're going to just go through regular back squats here. So let's go, guys. Again, we have heel, big toe, little toe pressed into the floor. We have our knees tracking our toes. We have our butt going towards our heels. And we stay upright, although we have something strapped to our back here. Nice squats. And in the workout, you can go as fast if you want to go to get as many reps in as you possibly can. Now, what we need to do to scale this for injuries, and then specifically knee injuries, is we'll do what we call the skydiver. So we go on our belly, and we're gonna do a Superman holds, but on quick Superman holds, boom, back down, boom, with the bag on top. It's like jumping out of an airplane, right? And then once you pull that bag, you suddenly have a parachute. That's what happens, it's the skydiver. Love it. Very nice and intense back exercise, which is a great substitution for the squatting. Still give you a good amount of intensity in the lower body. Shaboom. We showed you the two movements. It's time to finish up today's session with that 10-minute workout, 2 minutes of work, another 2 minutes of work, another two, another two, another two, 5 rounds in total. We do 30 of the shoulder taps, alternating, bum, 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 30. And then with the remainder of that 2-minute time frame, bum, 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 squats, as many as you can. Madelon is ready, Ben is ready, I hope you are ready. Let's get off the couch and let's start in 10 seconds. Okay, let's make sure you're in the plank at the peak, right? 3, 2, 1. Let's shoulder tap away. Now, shoulder taps is a fast movement, probably a little more than a rep per second, or slowing down to a rep per second. So they probably are done this in the beginning in about like 15 to 20 seconds. But then that means they have to do more than 1.5 minutes of squats. Now, same as in the previous variation with the other combination of movements, you know there's going to be a slowing down of the tempo eventually, right? So indeed, we have about 1.5 minutes left of squats before we transition back into the plank. Yes, we have. So they're going to continue doing this for another 1 minute and 20 seconds. That is the idea of today. Lag endurance with some external loading with that backpack. Upon completion of this round, they go right back into the plank, starting on their shoulder taps. And there will be a big decrease of reps over the course of this workout. You guys have fun, enjoy, see you later.